Welcome. It's February 5th, and we are doing our Super Intelligent AI SEO Network Local Agency Elite training. And if you haven't answered the question that I have made required for all of you today, we will get that up, and then we will, no cheating, Jerry, you can't say anything about this. We will talk about the responses that are put in there and then what the correct answer is. There actually is a correct answer. Anyway, AI says that there's a correct answer. Anyway, like Mike says, I was going to answer number one, but I felt like it was a trap. All right. So when we get started today, we are in February. We are talking about momentum. We're talking about carrying on from prospecting, client outreaches. I'm going to shut off this blower above my head because it's, can you guys hear me all right? I'm not using a headset, but I think that my audio on my MacBook is good enough that.
Yes, I can.
All right, good. That way I don't have to like have a headset on. Like I always wear one, but I'm in the office by myself with no one around me. So there's really no reason for me to use a headset, you know. It's one nice thing about MacBooks is they have really good speakers and they have really good, well, there's a lot of good things about a MacBook. That's why I use them. But all right, so let's get started today. Does anybody have any like, have you done any prospecting? Have you gotten out there and talked to anybody? Are you still, scared witless about getting out there and actually talking to real people and getting clients? And if so, what's holding you back? Let's make this interactive. If you can, put your video up there. Again, we want to make these as personal, and the more that you engage, I mean, I can sit here and be a talking head, but I don't think that me being a talking head is necessarily going to be overly beneficial. So when I can be, because you guys know that I have my coffee here. See, I have coffee. It's my second cup for the day.
I have personally not jumped out and done that. I did put my church into brand signals. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, and I'm watching that. It's already shifting and changing with brand signals. So I get and I know we've said I have to just jump out there. I have talked to two people in my church that have businesses about working with them. But again, I haven't pressured that. I've had a lot of back issues, so I'm kind of hiding a little bit because I can't get out and about too much. But I'm still pressing forward with learning and studying this so that I know how to, if you will, pitch the idea of what it does, what it can do, and how it could help them. So I'm always interested in this call. I'm interested in hearing what others are actually doing out there in the field. So that's my take.
Okay. Rico, what are you doing?
Right now, even this week, I just started reaching out on LinkedIn. I developed my perfect avatar in terms of who I'm going to target.
Okay.
And what
and who is that?
it will be the fire and water restoration companies.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I have a little history with that before. I'm a retired fire chief, but back in the day, I was contacted to talk to neighboring fire departments on the behalf of a restoration company. Bottom line is when there's a fire in the community, of course, the homeowner is going to be devastated, and then they're going to need a board up, a restoration company. And what I did is I represented the restoration company, and my contacts were the fire chiefs. So I would go and contact the fire chiefs and say, hey, by the way, I'm working for this restoration company, and we do offer help for anybody in your community, whether they need a temporary place to stay. We have restoration companies that are legitimate and so on and so forth. So I'm going to take a twist to that because there's a lot of competition out there. So
yeah, okay, that sounds great. And I really, really cannot stress this enough. As I've been watching other trainings this year and trying to bring you guys the most up to date, they keep going after the plumbers, the HVAC, the electricians, and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, they're like giving out they're giving out lists and stuff like that. That is not the place for us as MEOs to go after. That's everybody is going after them. Let's pick a niche. Let's pick something where we can come alongside and partner. Let's pick something where they actually have, it can be an assisted living center. It can be a daycare center. It can be an after school center. It can be a tutoring center. It can be like a karate center that, for after school activities. It can be, yeah, I like that. There you go. See, Christopher's already trying to get his taekwondo on. It can be, jumping centers, because, well, look at what you, or maybe not you, look at what your wife uses Google Maps or Apple Maps to search for. And those are the people that you go after, because those are things that get a lot of hits. You only need an HVAC person when your AC goes down. You only need a plumber when you have your toilet backed up, but you need activities for your kids all the time. You need activities for when you're going out to eat all the time. Like, let's go to a new restaurant in our area. You go on vacation, you need a new restaurant. Especially, like, look at where you're located. And what is, are you in a touristy kind of place? Look in your own backyard before you start calling people on the other side of the country or in another country for contacts, where you can actually get together with them and have a, coffee date. Now, a coffee date can be where you actually do meet up with them and you buy them a cup of coffee, or it can be a coffee date on a Zoom call where you go, let's spend 10 minutes together, and I can give you, a little bit more than an elevator pitch to doing it. Mike says, if I knew for certain that we would work together, I will make sure that we get at least 100,000 a year. Just a small group, but really work together. Did that in the past 14. Yeah, I really want to create a meta agency here. Where you've got the people that are really good at prospecting. But I have a sense that right now, you know, from the poll that I think I put up today about or was that yesterday, where do you get your leads from? It was mostly networking and referral. Well, that's great, except for if you really want to grow and you want to grow with consistency, you are still going to need to get out there and create warm leads. Everybody's going to be cold at first. And there are some agencies that teach, giving away, giving them a sample, and but I don't really um I don't really promote that, because there's a lot of setup involved and there's actual hard costs involved in what we do. Even if you were to do the SMS messaging and stuff like that, there's setup involved in all of this stuff. And so as we process forward, you need to have a sense that you have value, and that value goes beyond you're selling the value. It's like going to a car dealership to buy a car and saying, okay, well, you can drive it for a week and see how you like it. No car dealership would do that, because the wear and tear. I mean, there's things that are involved in setting up maps and being a map management person. And we really need to get to a place, and you're right, Mike, the way to get into this is that maps are the place where you grab them. Once you get them as a map client, you can then begin to sell them on all the other aspects. Maybe you are a very technical SEO and you want to get in there and do site restructuring, and that's really where your field of study is at. But by getting in there and getting them on a map profile and partnering with them in maps, you're going to begin to put your foot in the door and turn them into a larger paying client. Does that make sense? I'm gonna have to come to Europe and hang out with you guys in Switzerland and the Netherlands. Okay, so like make sure you got an extra bedroom for me. No,
Yeah, you can have an apartment. It's waiting for you.
there you right. Yeah,
It's empty.
there you
You
go.
have just to put your furniture.
Well, I'm not going to ship my furniture over. All right. Okay. So let's get started from here. Let's address the question. Has everybody responded? No, I have 2 people that haven't answered the question. So if I could get those last 2 responses in there. The question is what key psychological principle helps increase response rates in client outreach? And we got most everybody answered social proof and reciprocity. We had 1 person answer scarcity and urgency, and 2 people that have abstained from answering. And the answer is, it is D. It is social proof and reciprocity. People are more likely to respond when they see others engaging positively in your brand. That's your social proof. And when you offer value before asking for something, that's reciprocity. That's what I'm really going to get into when I'm talking about positioning your maps, when I'm positioning MEO, and why I don't know, it may seem odd for me to just keep referring to it as map engines optimization instead of local SEO. But all of you are in the SEO business, and you all know how SEO has gotten such a bad name because they've got cold callers out there signing businesses up, selling quote unquote local SEO, but then the SEOs that are actually fulfilling it aren't being given the budget or the necessary tools to actually get results. So the churn is every, maybe a client will stay on for 3, maybe 6 months, but 3 or 4 months is usually when they start complaining and they quit. And then when they get in front of you and you say, well, I'm going to do local SEO for you, they're going to say, oh, I tried SEO. And that SEO stuff is just a bunk. I just flushed a bunch of money down the toilet and it was a waste of my time. So that's where map engines optimization. What is MEO? One, if you say, I do MEO, they're not going to have an idea, they might know what SEO is, but they're going to have no idea what MEO is. So if you say, I do MEO, what does it do for you? Is it gives you that, well, what is that? What is MEO? And it gives you an opportunity to explain what map engines optimization is. Okay. And then they go, well, why would I need somebody like that? Well, you've all heard of Google Maps, but is your business listed on Apple Business Connect? I just spoke with Apple today. I'm trying to get somebody from Apple that I can get direct training on so that I can help get us set up in the Apple search engine, so that businesses will show up on the Apple Maps. Now I've set up mine, but I want to get some training from Apple themselves on the best way to process this, because so many of the businesses that we even have that we're working with don't have Apple Maps. Well, then we've got Bing Maps, because we know from Russell showing us the ChatGPT operator last week in the videos that he did with that it's using Bing Maps. It's not using Google Maps. So you're able to present to them map engines optimization and be partnering with them in being found on the local search and explaining to them that it's different than organic searching or ranking on that. I want some feedback from you all, because this time is for you guys. Would it be more helpful for you? I mean, this is training, this is class, and I do know that but I don't want to come across as a talking head. I do want you guys to interject. I want, is this helpful? Where we're going with this and explaining how to position yourself when you actually get in front of somebody? Or do you want more to go into how do I get myself in front of somebody? I can sell it if I can just get in front of somebody. Where do you guys want to go with today's call? Is it actually getting in front of somebody, or do you still need to know more what you're selling so that you have the confidence to get in front of somebody?
I have a question.
Yes.
I just want to know, so if I want to go speak to a restaurant downtown, and
Yes.
I know the owner, I want to go speak to him, would I run him, put his restaurant through the Kalen DePage system first so that I have some inkling, or do I just go do a little bit of a deep dive into him a little bit and kind of see where he's weak, where he's strong, and then go have a conversation Or do you go in with some audited something at a light level? In other words, not putting them in, paying for it all, but just running. You can run one and get a view of their business, right?
Right.
And so,
Well, how I would do it, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not going out doing B2B. Though I'm thinking that I might go out and start actually prospecting, not because, you know, we have the capacity for a lot of personal clients, but just so that I can help you guys all um, to see what the issues are. But what I would do, let's say, so you already know this person, so it's a warm lead. So they
okay,
already have a relationship with you. Okay. From that, I would simply, do you have an iPhone or do you have a an Android?
Android.
Okay. Do you know anybody that has an iPhone?
I'm married to one.
Okay. So have her look on her phone, have her go into Apple Maps and search this restaurant.
Gotcha.
If this is not on Apple Maps, right there, you can go into that
Bingo.
restaurant owner and you can tell them you're leaving money on the table because
Bingo.
Apple doesn't even know you exist. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Go into your Bing browser.
Same thing.
Type in their name. Do they have a Bing Places profile?
Okay.
If they don't have a Bing Places profile, go into every browser, every interfacing browser. Do they have the equivalent of a Google Business profile? Most everybody's going to have a Google Business profile, and that is what Page is for. Okay. And that's what Brand Signals is for. But what your foot in the door is where they're not looking. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does. Thank
Okay.
you.
So that becomes your ace in the hole. Now, there's not necessarily any software out there that does, but so you'll have to learn. And
Sure.
like I said, I've got to call into Apple for them to get back to me so that I can create a course on how. Now, I set up my own, and I would behoove you all to go into Apple Business Connect and set your own business up so that you know the process of how to set them up, which requires you to create an Apple username and account. So if you're
Understand.
not an Apple user, you would have to, create all that from scratch. And then you set your business up,
Awesome.
just like you set up a Google Business profile. And guess what? It's easier, and it's easier to set up a Bing Places profile. So if you, for your own agencies, for your own businesses, if you don't have a Bing Places, shame on you. I'm sorry. At this point, you need to have a Bing Places. You need to have an Apple Business Connect. Even if you're struggling with getting that Google Business profile, there's no reason for you not to have those two right now. And then possibly that'll help you, because then your entity will start to establish with Bing and with Apple. And like I said, go into other search engines, which I just simply haven't had the time yet to see if there's any other profile like map, engines like Bing and Apple and Google. Create all of those so that you create a citation base across your entity.
Gotcha.
But they're all map engine focused. They're not search engine focused. They're not image engine focused. They're not any of the other engine optimizations. They're specific to the maps and getting you on a map. Then, depending on the contract that you sign with them, if it's something very simple, like $500, let's say that you close them at $500, you put them in Page, and that's all you do. And you say, this is all you're going to get from it. If you guys went into, let me share my screen. And I'm sorry, I don't know what's going. Every time I get on a webinar, my voice goes crazy on me. Desktop. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So if you go into here, how many of you guys have looked at the prospecting scripts of different ways to prospect?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are like cold calls. So if you want to do a Facebook post, this is how you position yourself as a map engine optimization partner. Okay. I've given you just that you don't have to follow me exactly, But this can give you an idea, and you can put this stuff into ChatGPT, into Claude, into Perplexity, and you can have it rewrite a variety. You can have it create some images, whatever. In-person elevator pitch for networking events, BNI meetings, and local meetups. Just, hey, I help businesses like yours take control of their digital presence, not just on Google, but across Google Maps, Bing, Apple, Yelp, Facebook, Instagram. Most businesses don't realize that these platforms are free assets that require regular maintenance to stay visible. Quick elevator pitch. You know, you could add in there, I do MEO, blah, 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 which then, well, what is MEO? Okay, this one you're acting as a strategic partner for them. Okay,
Kaylin,
so
we're just seeing your chat GPT screen.
Yeah, I was
what?
gonna say that. Yeah. You're just seeing the question.
Oh, my goodness. Let's try this again. Share desktop 2. Why is and all right. Now do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We were seeing you.
All righty. There we go. Now.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Now does it say local
And
agency?
now it does.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Where is that found at?
I see.
Okay, so all right, let me go back out of this so that you can see where we're at. So this is in local agency elite, in the updates, in prospecting scripts. Okay. So we're focused, again, this is positioning. We're not focused on selling leads, calls, or rankings. We're highlighting a partnership in map engine dominance. Okay, that's what is going to be your set apart. What's going to make you different than all of these people that have VAs that are calling lead lists, you know, or, you know, saying your Google business profile is not verified, whatever, they're lying anyway, is that you're partnering for map engine dominance. Okay, so here is an example of a Facebook post that you can use, and you can take this and you can have ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity rewrite this for you. But at the end of the day, your focus is going to be not just the Google business profile, but your Apple Business Connect and Bing Places as free assets. Okay, and underutilized free assets that people are not taking care of. The next script that I have is for an in-person elevator pitch. And that is, you know, again, just a quick memorize some sentence. Again, you can just take these and you can put them into your AI and personalize it for yourself. Okay. This is an outreach for somebody that's advertising on Groupon or Yelp. If they're advertising on Groupon, their company is hurting. Okay. That's a little unknown secret for you guys. If somebody is advertising on Groupon or Yelp, they are probably hurting for leads in the local map sector. Okay. So this would be a way to reach out to them. If you go into Groupon, there's a way that you can private message them within Groupon, and it will go straight to them, and it will generally go directly to who handles the marketing budget or the owner themselves. So it's that way, you know that you're actually getting in front of the person that you need to talk to. Does that make sense? Were you guys aware of that?
Nope.
Is that new information for any of you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, and that's how I got the idea that you needed to reach out to businesses like, you know, what to do with your family. So let me show you how many of you are familiar with Groupon. Oh, not Groupon. I don't know what Groupon is. That brought up Chase. Group. I can't type today. I'm sorry. I quit. No. All right. Can you guys see my Groupon screen here? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
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 Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Hide for now. Okay. So you've got things to do, fun and leisure. Let's just click on that, right? Big Dave's Tours. He's advertising in Miami Beach. Probably. Now, I have found some of these, they're actually charging more on Groupon than when you actually go to the place. You've got museums, escape rooms, theater shows, whale watching, art classes. How many of you have thought about going to these types of businesses?
Not me.
Nope.
Exactly. But
Nope.
all of these businesses are spending tons of money. Things to do.
idea.
People, what do people use the maps for? They're sitting out there. What should we do tonight? And they go into the Google Maps and they click on things to do, local,
Great idea.
you know, stuff, beauty spas. Well, you say that you want to get into, these guys have money for advertising. You go into massage, you click on these guys here, and there's a way to message them. So you got the fine print. Here's their company website. Here's the call to them. And a lot of times there'll be information on how to contact them or ask them questions. But and you've got their reviews. So if they're already getting great reviews here on Groupon, you can, you know, these guys have 984 reviews. All right. You'd want to look at them. How are they ranking on Google Maps? Are they on, you know, Apple? If they're already got a good presence and they've got tons of reviews, then they're probably not somebody to reach out to. So you're going to do a little bit of due diligence on here, but you know, this gives you, when you go into local, it gives you local businesses close to you. Let's see if I put Sarasota in here. I don't know. I'm on Starlink, and so it must be pulling a Miami API. But, you know, a bowling place. Come on, guys. You know, it's great. You know, how about these? How about an instant oil change place? They definitely need to be on the maps, don't they? Because, you know, that's just something, you know, oh, I need to get my oil changed. Find a instant oil change place close to me. Okay, these people have the money and the budget to do this kind of stuff. If nothing else, use Groupon for ideas outside of HVAC, electricians, and plumbers, please. Just there's so much more out there, and that have so much more budget that aren't being bombarded on a daily basis. Let's see if we've got food and drink. So this comes back to your question, Jerry, about restaurants.
Okay.
You know, you go to these people
Great idea, honestly.
and you say, yeah, I see your advertising on Groupon. So I know that you want to get found locally. Do you have anybody that's doing MEO for you? And they're going to be like, what is MEO? Well, I will manage your maps engine.
Your sound is fading.
You froze a little bit, Caitlin.
Oh, okay. What part? Okay, so
I will manage your maps.
I will manage your maps. I will use AI to create. It's saying my internet is unstable. I'm not sure why. I will use AI to manage your maps, putting updates in, posting photos, putting up regular Q&As, putting promotions online, similar to the promotions that you're running on that coincide with the promotions that you're running on Groupon. I will make sure that that we get an Apple Maps profile set up for you. I'll make sure that we get a Bing Places. You know, I start at $500. At $500, I'm just going to be, you know, using AI to, you know, put information into your excuse me, sorry, brain fart, into your Google business profile. But we can also add Instagram and Facebook. And if you guys noticed inside of Page, for those of you that have created your own Page accounts, there is a link that you can automate meta updates. Did you guys notice that? In the
What is that?
So this is Page, or in this case, it's Kaylin, because you can name your robot anything you want to name it. I'm going to show you. So for $500, remember, this is only costing you $97 a month.
So, Caitlin, excuse me, is that $500 you're charging a month?
You would charge the client. So you could say starting at $500 a month.
Got
Okay.
it.
So you could say, and they're going to be say, what's it cost me? Say we can start at 500. And it goes up to 1,500 or something like that, wherever you're comfortable pricing it. All right. But your automations, you give them a link for them to easily post pictures so that they just can post links up there. It gives them automated posting. All right. It gives them review management if they want. You can reply to their reviews. It gives automated Q&As. It gives reporting, and we've got it set to biweekly reporting. This is something I would charge extra for. You could say we can see if in 45 days, if it would make more sense, if we're not getting the traction that just doing these simple things on a regular basis, we can consider adding citations. It costs you $20. I would charge them $100. Okay, so now your $500 contract is a $600 contract, and you were paying $97. Now you're paying $117. You see that? Because now they trust you. So in about 45 days or 60, or when you do your 60-day reporting, you suggest, I think we should run citations, and you get another $100 from them for citations, and it costs you $20. Let's say that, they're doing well, things are going, they're seeing improvements. At that point, you might bring up something like possibly adding them to brand signals, or doing an audit on their site for citations. You can remember, you can use brand signals. So you got rank maps, you got your brand signals, and let's use Jerry's login.
Go
Sorry,
for it.
Jerry, it just happens to be at the top.
Go for it. Very good
You know,
team.
in here, you create a campaign, and you show them, you use this to search for, let's see how terrible I'm doing right now, because I'm like the cobbler who doesn't do anything with my shoes, and I need work done. Okay. Oh yeah, it already exists. But and you have it, you submit it for analysis, which it won't let me because I'm already in another campaign. But you submit it for analysis, and you show them, where they're at, and you say, let's add brand signals. This will give you even more. So we've got all this stuff that we're doing. We're doing all these automated Q&As. We're doing the automated promotions. We're doing the automated things. We're doing all of that with, the Kaylin method over here. Now they trust you, and they're seeing that you're doing work, and you're showing them work, and then you say, well, then remember, this is $119 for your campaign. I would suggest that you charge a minimum of $400 for it. So now your $600 contract is a $1,000 a month contract with a hard cost of $240. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So do you see how you've taken this warm lead, you've taken this person that, so you found this person maybe through here. They're kind of, off the beaten track. I'd probably stay away from Panera Bread and stuff like that. They probably have corporate people that are handling their stuff, but something like 5-Star Pizza doesn't,
Local mom and pops.
yeah, they're local,
Yeah.
but even, so that's a great place for you to find things to do.
Yep.
Look there in things to do, because people are always using their maps to find things to do. So you go in, you start out with something simple, you put them into page. Then a month or so later, you sell them, you add the citations. Then maybe the next month or so, you start bringing it. Well, let's say that you get into here, and you see that they have a ton of penalties, and they need to do some things. That's where, if you're not comfortable with you get together with somebody in the group, that is, doing really well, and you talk to them about, what would it cost to do, you put together a proposal, and then you go, well, what would it cost for us to both make some money? I've got the client, they really do need to get some site work redone, and you work with them. You got to vet one another. I mean, you got to mesh well, you got to know that you're going to work well together. I'm not going to, like, oh, I hired so-and-so and they did this to me. No, if you're busy and you can't handle somebody, don't take on another student and say, yeah, I'll work with you, and then don't give them the attention that they need. What your capacity planning is. So if you can't take on another client, please don't. If a student comes to you and says, hey, you know, I need a site restructure, but I'm not super confident in going in and doing somebody's site. Do you have the time to do it? All right, so let's get back to this. So that's the Groupon and Yelp. You can do the same thing that I showed you with Groupon doing Yelp. That makes sense? Anybody got any questions on that before I move forward?
No, thanks, Kaylin, for the
Yes.
input. Thanks.
Okay. The next one would be cold email outreach with Loom. Make sure that your video is on. I don't care how ugly you think your mug is in the corner down on the bottom. Make sure that you have your little picture showing up on the bottom if you're going to do these cold email Loom scripts. And what you're going to do is you're going to have your screens open and you're going to show them that they're not on Apple Maps. You're going to show them that they're not on Bing Places. You're going to show them that they're not ranking very well on their Google business profile. And that starting at, you know, that you would love to talk to them about how you can increase their local visibility, you know, on a very minimal budget, and we can grow with you. We want to partner with you as your business grows. We want to grow with you and make your local impact even greater. Okay, does that make sense? Keep it short. Don't be long-winded. 1 minute video. 1 minute, guys. 60 seconds. Something impactful. Show them they're not located on Apple, they're not located on Bing, they're not located on DuckDuckGo or whatever. I don't care. All you're going to do for the $500 is do Google Business Profile. But if they want you to do Apple, they want you to, those are all things that, oh, I can add Apple. And I have that too. I also have, did you guys see, oh my goodness, where did it go? Wanted to show you. I actually created a menu. Let's see. Now I can't find it. How are you guys supposed to find it if I can't find it? Oh, here it is. All right. Have you guys at least watched this? Have you seen this one? Map engine
Not yet.
optimization service tiers. Okay. If you've ever, so did you guys watch the video that I did with Carmen going through this stuff with her that I did last week? Okay. So, all right, guys, you need to get in here. I've got, in this section right here, I've got menus, but you probably have no idea what I'm talking about because that is right here where this is Carmen. So it's a training video that I did with her on mastering cold outreach with AI enhanced strategies. Watch this. Okay. If you haven't had a chance to watch this, watch it. Then these are the map tiers that I talked to her about. So she came from the finance. She was, you know, when you went and bought a car at a car dealership, you went in and talked to her about getting financed, or even if you were paying cash, you talked to her about the warranties and stuff like that. They sell off of something called a menu. So you go in there and they offer you the platinum menu. That gives you paint protection, that gives you a full warranty, it gives you gap insurance, it gives you all the stuff. All right. And then it goes down. So you've got the platinum tier. That's full service multi-platform domination. That gives you $1,500 a month. You're going to maintain their Google Maps, their Apple Maps, their Bing Maps, their Yelp, their Facebook, and Instagram. Understand that Paige can handle Google, Facebook, and Instagram. Okay, so the only one that you're actually physically going to have to do a little bit of work on is Apple, Bing, and Yelp, because I have yet to find an AI software that manages those, but that's just because I haven't really been looking for one. Sorry. So if one of you guys wants to go out and look for one and vet it and test it, you know, you can bring it to me. But right now I don't have a vetted software AI system that handles these three, Apple, Bing, and Yelp. Okay, but Paige handles Google, Facebook, and Instagram.
Excuse me. A minute.
Yes.
The price up there, $1,500 a month. Is that what we're paying for this, or?
Oh, that's what you would charge them.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is the menu that you're going to put together, and you're going to show them. I mean, all of you guys have bought cars, right? You've all been into a car dealership and you've had the experience of the finance manager. You're afraid to go in there because you know they're going to sell you all sorts of stuff that you may or may not need. You need it. I'm telling you, you need it.
And we like it.
Yeah. So this
can afford it.
So this is the platinum tier. It's going to give them local citations, you know, which you're going to pay $20 for. That's part of Paige as well. So this is best for the established business that wants to dominate search across all map platforms. Okay. Then you could say, and gold tier, it's going to cost you $1,000. Now you can make these are just examples I put together. Okay, guys, this doesn't have to be the hard stop. You can focus these to yourselves. I'm just giving you ideas for you guys to put together so that when you walk into that restaurant, Jerry, you have something in your hand.
Got it.
Okay.
It all
So
makes real good sense to me. Thank you.
you're gonna print this out. You're gonna make it. You're gonna go into Canva or something like that, or you're gonna get somebody that is handy with this stuff to do it, and you're gonna create what you want to sell them. You may not want to sell it this way. These were just an example, okay? $1,000 a month gold tier. Who's this for? It's ideal for businesses looking to maintain a strong, consistent presence on major platforms, okay? This one's only gonna do Google, Apple, Bing, and Yelp, okay? And it wouldn't even have to do that. This is just an example. Okay, guys, this is not a hard, fast thing. It's going to get bi-weekly profile updates of photos, posts, businesses, and updates. This is Page. This is what Page does automatically. You're not doing anything. Again, you're only paying $97 for this and it's getting done for you. Now you're going to have to copy and paste that stuff into, Bing and Apple. But really, all you're going to do is copy and paste the profile that Page makes, and you're going to put it into Apple and Bing manually. Okay, so you're not really doing a whole lot of work. You're going to review and monitor responses. You're going to, you're just going to give them their stuff. Quarterly performance review call with them. All right. Then you say you could do silver tier. That's $7.50 a month. All I'm going to do is Google and Bing. Okay. That's it. This is great for small businesses needing consistent visibility without hassle and management. All you're going to do is you're going to copy everything that Page makes for the GBP, and you're going to put it on the Bing places. Okay. The work's being mostly done by AI. You just have a little bit of manual labor until one of you guys finds me a Bing Places automation software that we can do. All right. Then the bronze tier is the $500 essential profile setup and optimization. Perfect for startups or businesses that want to optimize presence, but will manage updates themselves. On this one, all you're going to do is you're going to, again, it's just Page. You can that's all you're going to do. And then you've got add-ons. If they don't have a Google business profile, you can help them set it up, $250. If they don't have an Apple Business Connect, you can charge them $250, and you're going to stand beside them and you're going to walk them through the process of getting it set up. Now, and I will let you know, because we do business as Super Intelligent AI SEO, but our corporation name is Epimemetics Inc. I had to send in my business documents, and it took 7 to 10 days before Apple said, okay, yeah, that's your address. It's on your business documents. And yes, I see that you're doing business as, so we're going to give you the name Super Intelligent AI SEO. Okay. Review response management, $9.97. That's where you actually, you either learn it yourself, how to use Go High Level and do an SMS messaging, review harvesting thing, or you get with somebody like Thule or somebody else in the, in our community that already has a review response management system. Okay. And that one, the going rate for that is $997 a month. That's what you would charge them. You would more than likely split that with whoever is going to provide the services. Okay. Social media profile integration. If they want to add the Facebook, Instagram, and Yelp, you could charge as much as $547, and all it is adding it to Page, except for the Yelp. That's something you'll have to do manually. But the Facebook and the Instagram, those posts go up through Page. So you're not actually even paying any more for it. But the going rate in the industry for doing that is $547 a month. So you see how these are your add-ons. These are your one-time services or your add-ons. So this is just an example of a menu. All right. And then the prospecting scripts, which I also posted on the other page, is right here. So this is all right here under sales training material in the classroom. Okay. So that's the video that I did with Carmen, and then the service tiers and the prospecting scripts that are just basic information that you can use to, and then, go into your Groupon, go into Yelp. Do you need to use the auditor? Do you need to go into, well, you all know that you can use your access to brand signals as an auditor, and that's something that you could pull up right in front of the client. So you could, if you were doing that 160-second zoom and you just quickly clicked on and you had, this was open to Apple Maps, and this one was open to Bing Maps, and this one was open to Google Maps, and et cetera, then you could have this one open where you've already ran the analysis on their campaign. And I don't think that Jerry has any analysis complete ones quick, oh, so he has some quick analysis in here. So you could already have this. Do you mind me showing Casa Mechanical?
No, go ahead. Any of those you can show.
So you could already have this open for them, and you could show them how they're ranking, and you could say, oh, your grid is like this. You could already have this, and in that 60 seconds that you were doing with them, they don't need to know that this is brand signals. That's something that you could, and you can add that to, where I was showing you here, the script. Brand signals could be an add-on, that you added down here. You can put as many add-ons as you wanted. Again, I just wanted to get you guys thinking from a menu perspective. Rather than having a one-size-fits-all price range, you have the ability to come in at a bronze tier of $500 a month and then go all the way up to a platinum tier for $1,500 a month. And then when your hard costs on that are fairly minimal, even if, and I would not suggest running brand signals at this $1,500 a month. I would suggest having brand signals down here as an add-on, and having citations down here as an add-on. But it's entirely up to you. How you guys run your actual business, what you actually charge. I'm going to allow you to do all that, but your full service review management system, you're going to provide them with a QR code, SMS, and email follow-up. That right there, that's this right here where I'm selling for the $9.97 a month. Okay. So basically, if you're not comfortable with doing this full service review, make sure that you get with somebody that does. Speaking of that, I think it was Michael that brought up the custom fields and only being able to pick one. You'll be happy to know that I am creating this is just for you, Mike, because you said so, a multi-select, so that you can select all of your different fields that you want to go with. And then let me see here. I'm going to show you how I'm using AI to do this. Slide over here. You guys see my ChatGPT?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to have all sorts of fun things. So you've got SEO specialties, you can pick as many as you want. Are you a technical SEO? Are you a local SEO? Are you an e-commerce SEO? But I'm also going to have things in there that are going to expand out beyond there. I'm going to have 12 different sections for people to choose from, so that if you do want to get into the social media marketing, you can find the people that know how to do it. And so this is going to be going live probably today or tomorrow. And so I'm going to need you to go into your members area and click off all the things that you do. For example, Christopher, you're going to, definitely be clicking off that you do Google Ads. Okay. So that people know what you do. We are a network. And just like Mike said at the beginning of this chat, we could be making $100,000 each, by grouping together. Why should you go out and learn Google Ads when you've got somebody that's a master at Google Ads? Why you get to, and then you get so busy trying to do customer maintenance and doing the stuff for this, that you're not out there prospecting. So if you have a lot of warm leads, if you're good at prospecting, you'd be better off to hook up with somebody that hates talking to people but is amazing at doing one of these things. So I've got SEO specialties, then I've got PPC and paid advertising. I got content marketing and strategy, social media marketing, email and SMS marketing, affiliate and performance marketing, conversion rate optimization, e-commerce and marketplace marketing, AI and data and automation marketing, growth and brand marketing, web analytics and tracking, and Web3 and emerging tech marketing. Some of this stuff, I don't even know what it is, but guess what? I bet you there's people in our members area that do this stuff, and they should probably be in Move 37. But all right, so I just wanted to let you know where we were at on that. And so any questions? I know I just kind of that was kind of drinking from a fire hose, but do you understand positioning? I've given you content on there that a lot of you hadn't even seen, about the menus, about where to go to find businesses that you can start reaching out to, and what to say to them. Any questions on that? Please unmute yourself and talk to me. I'm feeling very lonely over here and my voice is going hoarse.
No, Kaylin, this has been great. I mean, you really opened it up, and you talk about drinking out of a fire hose. Like I said, I was a firefighter, but we learned that you can't open it full throttle. You got to gate it down and then you can drink. And as it gets bigger and bigger, then that's what you do. So, but once again, this has been a godsend, what you just opened up and gave me a lot of resources that I'm able to feel confident in with my LinkedIn thing. I'll be ready to go. Thank
Yeah.
you.
LinkedIn is very difficult. Those are very, very cold, and so many people are using it. So I would really suggest that you know, it's going to take a while. Those are going to, like I said in the posts that I made on the members area, the follow-up, how many times are you following up? The rule of 7, you've got to reach out to them at least 7 times. You have to drive past, a certain advertising thing a number of times before it's embedded in your mind, and you actually, yeah, exactly. Christopher says it's a long play. It's
Just FYI, I do have a secret weapon. I had a partner that is very, very acclimated in with LinkedIn, and I'm working with that person, sharing me a lot of different things that I don't have to go all the way around the world, but I can go directly to the source, and they're opening up some techniques that are not really uh, out there. So
yeah. So Pascal, you said you prefer to talk to be in front of somebody. Do they have, I don't, and maybe Mike and Pascal, do they have a similar thing like Groupon in Europe? Okay. Where you can get in front of, it's easy. It's pretty simple. If you use Apple Maps and you use Bing Places and they're just not there, you've already got a shoe in. So if they're not ranking in the map pack and they're not on those other 2 places, you walk into them. Now, keep in mind, and one of the things you'll learn in that video where I taught Carmen is, you don't call a service department to, like the oil changing places at 7 o'clock in the morning when they've got a line of customers out there, dropping their cars off. You reach out to them at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when there's nobody there and the manager's twiddling his thumbs. Make sense? You don't call the daycare center and talk to them when all the parents are dropping off their kids first thing in the morning. You call them during nap time when they're catching up on their business work. Make sense? You don't call the doctor at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when he's seeing patients. You reach out to the doctors in the med spas if you can get through to, and it's not going to an answering service. You reach out to them early in the morning before office hours start, or right after office hours have closed. Does that make sense? You've got to think like the business owner. You don't call, that aftercare, school place for advertising at 3 o'clock when the buses are dropping off. You call them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right before their day gets started and before they're in the rush of things. Make sense? So whoever you're reaching out to, try to do a little bit of research about their industry. You don't want to, if you're just darned and determined that you want to get plumbers and electricians, don't call them at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning when they're sending their guys out in the field and giving them their job assignments. Find out when their downtime is. My brother, he's an electrical contractor. He owns Mix Electric in Rapid City, South Dakota. So I kind of know like what his downtime is, and I know that you don't do it right at the beginning of their office hours or right at the end of their office hours when all their guys are coming in, and dropping their trucks off and, restocking for the next day. Make sense? So get into the heads of the people that you're trying to reach out to. Don't leave your common sense on the table here. If you're reaching out to somebody and you want to partner with them in business, take enough time to learn the ups and downs of their business. Is it a seasonal business? Know this information so that you don't look like a complete nincompoop when you start talking to them. Know what it is that they do for a living. Okay? Not because you're going to do what they do, but because you can talk their language. Make sense? So if they're getting most of their business from, dealing with children and after school or weekend type of stuff, be compassionate to them, talk to them about that, tell them how you can get them found, how, how parents are going to find you, how you're going to be able to get their reviews out there, how you're going to be able to partner with them for their goals. Find out what their goals are. People love to talk about themselves, which is why I don't necessarily like sitting here trying to be a talking head with you guys, but let them talk about themselves, because then you're going to find their pain points. They will expose their pain points to you. And then you can go in there and you can customize a strategy to hit those pain points. The questions that you got to ask them: do you have time to daily get into your Google business profile and make sure that your reviews have been responded to, within a 24-hour period of time? Most business owners are going to tell you no. I try to get to that once a week. Then I need you to come back and say, well, not responding to your reviews, especially if it's not a good review instantly, can have negative connotations. I can make sure that your reviews are responded to, within a 24-hour period of time, using trained AI that will respond using the exact keywords that will help your rankings. Do you know what keywords that you're supposed to be responding to when you respond to a review that you get in? Do you know the exact words that you're supposed to say that will help tell the AI algorithm that you rank for this keyword? Oh, you don't? Well, we do. We know exactly what keywords to put into that. Why is this a long game? Why am I not saying that you're going to get ranked for 10 keywords in 30 or 60 days? Because we're only going to start with 3 keywords. Now I go through all of this training in that video that I did with Carmen, so I'm not going to retrain here. And I'm going to be, because we're going to be doing webinars 3 days a week, every week, I'm going to be starting on time, and I'm going to be disconnecting on time to be respectful for your time and for my time. But I want you guys to come to these webinars with questions. I want you to be able to extract the knowledge, because I have this thing called a curse of knowledge, and I think that everybody just knows what I know. And more I'm realizing that there's a lot of, and that's my superpower. You all have one. There's something that you know so well, you just know that you know, and people admire you for it, but you don't even know that it's that special, because you just know it and you've just always known it. And so I need you guys to come to every one of these webinars, no matter which space it's for, prepared to extract knowledge from my brain or from Russell's brain, or tomorrow from Jimmy's brain when we have the Jimmy Kelley training tomorrow. I need you guys to come, because that's how you're going to get the most out of this. This is a paid area. You're all paying money to be here, and you need to use us. We are a valuable resource. But the problem is we don't know that you don't know unless you ask us. So by asking us, by asking us questions, by putting us on the spot, if we don't know the answer, we will certainly find the answer for you. Go ahead, Pascal.
Yes, for me, the thing is that I've reached out by mail, by talking to people, and the thing is, a lot of people talking about dentist. They are all bigger level of person. They are protected. They don't want to be disturbed. We have not the possibility. We have no, I don't know any instrument to get phone numbers, direct phone numbers. They're always having people and to get through by the secretary, and then there's the personal secretary until you get that person that can decide. So the thing is, just want to come through, because well, then they say, oh, we have a department for that. Okay, good, that's the big when you go to a smaller company, then the thing is, they want to do themselves, and then they come. I can say we know what keywords we have to use, but the thing is, they want to know the keywords to do themselves.
Yeah.
They're smart. But okay, so yes, that's then becomes a little battle to get at the point to let them know we can do that. And this is a little bit where I'm struggling because I'm too new in that area to know enough arguments to give to the person also the proof of intelligence or of professionality that I can handle that with the arguments that I don't just have because of lack of experience of talk of I have not thought enough in that. So I don't know really how to get, because the other ones, they have not enough money. That's the third part of people that I've reached out until now. So it's yes. So I know in the US you have some you can get in address books or in you can subscribe and you can have personal emails, personal phones. So it's so big what you have there. Here it's all under the survey, or the it's not it's prohibit or whatever.
Right. So we're going to deal with, so that's a great place. We're at the end of this particular training, Pascal, but why don't we deal with gatekeepers and finding businesses that have a budget? I will put that in and I will start to do more training in the training area. And then in 2 weeks, let's address that. Let's address how to get through gatekeepers. And if those of you that have had success getting through gatekeepers, let's get a chat going in the members area. And just to be respectful of everybody's time, I'm going to close up here, but I'm going to deal with gatekeepers in the members area between now and then we will bring that up in the call that we have in 2 weeks. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Have a great one, guys.
Welcome.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.